So we will today take one more illustration on scope of total income, calculating the scope of total income of an individual. Illustration number 3, you can say. So Mr. Y earns the following income during the previous year ended 31st March 2020. Okay, so previous year is 1920. So what will be the assessment year for this previous year? If previous year is 1920, what should be the assessment year? Previous year 1920, assessment year will be next year, no, 2021. Okay, so determine the income liable to tax for assessment year 2021. If Mr. Y is resident, first you have to calculate the total income of Mr. Y, assuming that he is a resident and ordinary resident. Then you will have to assume if he is a not ordinary resident, what will be his total income in India. And if it's a non-resident, what will be his income in India for this previous year or assessment year. Okay, so for that we will have to have a list of income, no? That is given in the next slide. These are the list of income which Mr. Y has earned in India during the previous year. So first we will have to analyze whether it is an Indian income or a foreign income. So one by one we will start discussing simultaneously. You also can put your answer in the message box whether it is an Indian income or a foreign income. So first see, honorarium received from government of India, Indian income or foreign income. Honorarium received from government of India. It is an Indian income or a foreign income. Indian income or foreign income. Okay. Yes. Yes, see, honorarium is received from whom? Government of India. So just you have to analyze whether this income is connected with India. Yes, it is connected with India because it is received from government of India. So this will be an obviously an Indian income. Okay, if an income is connected with India, it will be Indian income. No, honorarium is received from whom? Government of India. So it will be an Indian income. Next, see, profit earned from business in Tamil Nadu, controlled from USA. Indian income or foreign income? Indian income or foreign income? Indian income or foreign income? Business is where? In Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu is in India. So obviously it should be an Indian income only. No, see, business is where? Business is in Tamil Nadu. No, so source of income is in Tamil Nadu. So where is Tamil Nadu? Tamil Nadu is in India. So if income is connected with India, source of income is in India, it will obviously be an Indian income. Next, profit earned from business in UK, controlled from Delhi. This is a special case. Last class also we have seen this is a special case because business is outside India, but it is controlled from India. So this is a special case. This we will discuss at the time of illustration. So this is a special case. See the fourth one, profit earned from business in USA, controlled from UK, amount deposited in a bank there, foreign income or Indian income. Fourth point, foreign income or Indian income. Profit earned from business in USA, controlled from UK, deposited in a bank there only. It should be a foreign income or an Indian income. Very correct, it is a foreign income because it is not having any connection with India. Business is also in USA, it is controlled also from UK, and amount is also deposited there only. So this will be obviously a foreign income. Fifth one, see, income from house property in France received in India. Indian income or foreign income? Indian income or foreign income? House property in France, but rent is received in India. 10,000 rupees. Indian income or foreign income? Indian income, very good. Indian income because you are receiving the rent in India. So this is an Indian income. Okay. Past untaxed profit. Last class also we have seen it is not an income. Past untaxed profit brought to India is not an income. So that's why we have highlighted it in the PPT. It is not an income. Past untaxed profit is not an income. Dividends from German company credited in account in France. Indian income or foreign income? Dividend from foreign company, German company, and amount is credited in France only, whether it is an Indian income or foreign income. Very correct, foreign income. Obviously, because it, amount is not coming to India. No? Company is a German company, which is a foreign company, and amount is also credited in France only, which is also outside India. So it will be a foreign income. Agriculture income from Burma not remitted to India. Foreign income or Indian income? Obviously, foreign income not connected with India. Pension for services rendered in India received in Australia 30,000. Indian income or foreign income? Indian income or foreign income? Ninth point. Pension for services rendered in India but received in Australia. Indian income or foreign income? Yes, Indian income or foreign income first. Indian income. Why? Because services is rendered in India. So earning of income is in India. So it is connected with India. Just you have to see whether there is any connection of income with India, then it will be an Indian income only. Where you have rendered the service, you have rendered the service in India. So where you will earn the pension in India, it is received outside Australia is second thing. First you have to see where you have earned the income. You have earned the income in India, so this will be an Indian income. So now we will understand the solution. Scope of total income, you can solve this tabular form. Okay, normally you should do it in tabular form, but at present you can understand the concept also. See, honorarium received from Government of India. This is an Indian income, we have understood. If it is an Indian income, all the three will be liable to pay the tax. So amount you should write in all the three columns. Ordinary resident will also pay, not ordinary will also pay, and non-resident will also pay. Okay. Profit earned from business in Tamil Nadu, controlled from USA. Here business is in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is in India, so it is an Indian income. So in Indian income means all the three will pay the tax. Profit earned from business in UK, controlled from Delhi. This is a special case which we will see later on. Profits from business in US, controlled from UK, amount deposited there only is a foreign income, and in foreign income only ordinary resident will pay tax. Other two will not be liable to pay tax. Okay. So in other two you will have to write nil, because foreign income only it will come in ordinary resident column. Okay. Income from house property in France received in India. Here receipt of income is in India, so this will be Indian income. Indian income means all the three will be paying tax. Past untaxed foreign income brought to India during the year, not an income, not taxable. It is not taxable. So this will be nil. Dividend from foreign company, German company, credited in France. So obviously no connection with India. It is a foreign income, and foreign income means only ordinary resident will pay tax. Other two will not be paying tax. Clear? Agricultural income from Burma not remitted to India, not received in India, not earned in India, earned outside India. Foreign income. Foreign income means only ordinary resident. Other two will be nil. Clear? Pension for services rendered in India. So earning of income is in India. Receipt is in Australia, but earning is in India. Where you render the service, you will earn income there. Okay, so this is an Indian income. If you are rendering the service in India, you will earn the income in India. No? Okay, so this is an Indian income, and Indian income means all will pay tax. Okay, so this much is clear to everybody. Profits earned from business in UK. You are having a business set up in United Kingdom, but you are controlling that business from Delhi. Okay, means India. Okay, profit your business you are set up in United Kingdoms, which is outside India, but you are controlling that business in from Delhi. For that, in nature of column, we have written see the note. So we will go to this note. What is the note? In case of a business outside India, very important, but it is controlled from India. If in question it is given like this, business is outside India, but it is controlled from India. This is a special case. In this case, this amount will be taxable in two situations. First, in ordinary resident also it will be taxable. In not ordinary resident also it will be taxable. So if such a special case comes, only in this case, ordinary and not ordinary will be liable to pay tax. Here business is outside India, but you are controlling the business from India. That is a very important thing. In if this special case comes, you should put the amount in ordinary as well as not ordinary. Now let us see the point. If you can understand more clearly, see profit is in UK outside India, but you are controlling it from Delhi, India. Okay, so this is a case. Profit is set up outside India, but you are controlling from India. So in this case, two persons will be paying tax: ordinary resident and not ordinary resident. Okay, only in this special case. So you have to remember this profit from business set up outside India, but controlled from India. Ordinary and not ordinary. In all other case, Indian income, all the three persons, foreign income, only ordinary resident. Okay, foreign income, only ordinary resident. Other two will not be paying tax. So this is how you have to understand the concept of scope of total income. Here some exemption list I have listed, see, which is relevant for your examination. Agriculture income from India is exempt from tax. So if in question, if it comes, agriculture income from India, it will be exempt from tax. No need of paying tax on agriculture income from India only. You have to remember this point very well, because in question sometimes what may happen, they will say agriculture income outside India. Some other country's name will be given. Okay, that time you have to be very careful. Only agriculture income from India is exempt from tax. Means you need not pay tax on agricultural income if it is received from India. Okay, then interest from PF, Provident Fund, is exempt from tax. This is one thing. And past untaxed profit brought is exempt from tax. So these are only list you have to remember. Other things you need not remember. So agriculture income from India is exempt from tax. Interest on PF is exempt from tax. and past untaxed profit is exempt from tax. And one special case we have seen, profit from outside India but controlled from India, two persons will be paying tax, ordinary resident and not ordinary resident. Non-resident will not pay tax on this, okay? So this is the concept of scope of total income.